Hello everybody, it's Wolfgang here. Today is October the 27th, Sunday, 2019, and I'm going to talk about this product. And no, I'm not making pie crust, but there may be a lot of people out there that know you can use Crisco for other uses besides baking and cooking. You can actually put this on your chopping board, rub it on there, and it keeps stuff from sticking. You can use it wooden spoons, rolling pins, other kitchen supplies made of hardwood, and it keeps them coated so stuff doesn't stick to them. And yes, I am reading from notes. Also, I didn't get my candle out, but this is brand new. But you can actually put a tapered candle in here, and as that candle burns down, it'll actually turn it into one big candle. Another use for it is if you don't have WD-40 and you have tools that are rusted or they stick, you can actually use your Crisco to unstick them. That's if you don't have WD-40. Now remember, this is for prepping, I guess you could say in a pinch. Also, you can take the Crisco, melt it down and put it in a small jar, and then if you have candle wick, you can take your candle wick, cut it to size. I don't have the little, there's a little metal or tin piece that you would put on the end of your wick, and it clamps it down, but it would hold it. But you can soak this in the Crisco oil, and then, like I said, you can make candle with it if you don't have wax and stuff. This is all just, you know, it's an emergency thing. A lot of this stuff I didn't even know you could use Crisco for. It's kind of cool, I think. Alright, also, I think Marsh knows this, but you can use it for making soap. You mix in either a solid or liquid Crisco with water and lye to create a slushy type consistency, adding any herb or essential oils you choose. I talked about rust protection. Also, you can use it for a fire starter. Keeping a fire going to prevent frostbite, hypothermia. When building a fire outdoors during rain or with damp kindling, slather some Crisco onto the tinder and it will help light it quicker. That's interesting. I'm reading, I got this information in an email, so I'm sharing it with you guys. Another one, it says a calorie enhancer. Keeping strong and healthy during a long-term disaster will surely increase your chances of survival. When food is scarce, a calorie intake will drop, and that will weaken the body. At a time when manual labor and physical exhaustion are peaked, add a teaspoon or so of Crisco to any food you are eating to bolster your calorie intake and prevent energy loss. Also, it says you can use it as a headlight brightener. It says if you're bugging out or merely trying to get around during SHTF, event or rebuilding years that will follow such an epic nationwide disaster, your vehicle's headlights may be the only light on or around the road. It says clean up the headlights with Crisco to remove bugs and debris and to prevent snow and ice from building up on them. This will be an especially helpful tool to keep your vehicle emergency kit. If you need to dim the headlights with mud for safety and security reasons during part of a journey, but need them cleared to be able to remain on the road or trailer. And that's a pretty good idea. Taking the Crisco and putting it on your headlights during the wintertime, the ice and snow won't stick to it. That's good. I think everybody knows about using Crisco with their cast iron skillets. That's how you season them. You can use it on equipment. If you have a homestead around the house, something's stuck or something's squeaky, like I said earlier, if you don't have WD-40, you can use the Crisco. If you happen to have diaper rash, you can use it on your diaper rash too. Another good idea, and this is during the winter time, and you have to shovel snow, take the Crisco and wipe your snow shovel down with it, and the snow won't stick to it. I talked about the survival candle. You can actually take the wick, this wick, and you could probably just put it down and push it down inside the Crisco and light it. A torch. You can take an old rag and take the rag and wipe it. Get Crisco on it, rub it all over, let it sit for a few, and do it a couple times. And then if you're outside and you need to make a torch, find yourself a nice sized stick, wrap that rag around the end of the stick and light it, and that'll burn for a while also. Lamp oil. If you run out of lamp oil, take this Crisco, melt it down, and you can pour it into your lamp, your emergency lamps, and use it for light, just like you would with your regular lamp oil. It's also good for chapped skin. If your skin's dry, chapped, like I said, just like elbows or whatever, take a little bit and rub it on your skin. You can also use it for lip balm. And the last thing I'll talk about is, if you do have a homestead and you do have chickens, you can take those fresh eggs and coat them with the Crisco. And now, if there's anybody out there, and I know a few people that do have chickens, and you see this video and you've tried this, let me know if it actually works. But supposedly, if you coat your fresh eggs with Crisco, they will last up to 9 months, or keep up to about 9 months. And also, a way to make sure that your eggs are fresh, there's an old-fashioned test. It's called float or sink. It says conduct the old-fashioned float or sink egg test to make sure the eggs are still likely safe to consume before eating. If you're unfamiliar with the old homestead egg test, simply place enough cold water in a bowl to cover the eggs by about 2 inches. If the eggs float, they are not safe to eat. I repeat, if the eggs float, they are not safe to eat. If they sink, the eggs should be safe to eat. Should the egg stand up in the water but remain mostly submerged, the egg may still be safe to use for a little while longer. So I thought that information was pretty good about the eggs. And like I said, if anybody out there that has chickens, and I know a few people that do, and if you've tried this with the Crisco, leave a comment in my video and let me know if that actually works or not. I'd like to hear from some people about that, because I did find that one really, really interesting. Okay, so that's my video for today. As I said, it's brought to you by Crisco, but I thought that was kind of some interesting information, and there's probably a lot more uses. Well, I do want to read one other thing. I saw this on the can itself, and it says how to substitute Crisco shortening for butter or margarine. And what you do is you take 1 cup of Crisco, 2 tablespoons of water, and you mix that together, and that makes is equal to a cup of butter or a cup of margarine. Something to know. I'm not a baker. I've never really made pie crust, but anyway. So this is Wolfgang. It's a nice sunny Sunday, and yes, once again, I'm getting ready to watch the Bengals. They're playing over in London, across the pond. So I hope everybody has a good Sunday. Blessed be, and stay safe, and I will talk to you all next weekend. Bye.